Hello, this is Carolyn at Carolyn's Paper Therapy. And I haven't been able to create anything much lately. I've been working outside in my gardens and my greenhouse, and also I've been sick for a couple of weeks, if you might be able to tell from my voice. It's just hard when you're sick to get in here and create, but I wanted to share with you today a project I made last year for my use. It's a garden journal, and I wanted to just flip through it and show you how I'm using it. Plus it'll refresh your memory, or if you haven't seen the video of the flip through on this, I will put a link in the description here. But I took a journal that someone had given me and actually used the pages and the cover from that journal and just decorated it. So all these papers are from the Picking Garden collection from Shabby Art Boutique. And I love Carrie Ann's designs. She hand paints every single thing that are in her kits, and they're just beautiful. On this cover, you know, I've just kind of used some stickles, and this is a picture of my old greenhouse. I have since built a new one with the crabapple tree blossoms in front of it, some 3D butterflies, and some little dots, stick-ons. I kept the ribbon that the journal was tied with, and just on a bulb clip added some charms. Now, to see how I've used this, it has seed packets in it, which I haven't used yet. I need to. I've just stuck last year's seeds in here and there out in the greenhouse, but I need to put them in here. That'd be a lot more fun. So I have my little singing birds down here in the corner and all my garden tools. And I don't know about you, but when I go out in my garden, I can't think of the names of flowers, and it just makes me crazy. So one day I sat down and I wrote down every single thing that is in my garden. Every flower, every shrub. And that way, when I forget, I can open this book up and figure out the name of it again. It's just so frustrating, but I can't remember the names of flowers, just like I have trouble remembering people's names sometimes. So that's a list of everything I have in the garden as of last year this time. I may need to add some things, and I've got room in here to add. Another thing I've done is when I install or plant new plants, I make a record of it in here. And then when I find information on how to care for those plants, I might put it in here also. On this page, I have put down where I had the landscape company come and take out some stuff that was half dead, and so they planted some double knockout roses by my front walkway on either side. And these what are they called? Autumn Royalty reblooming azaleas. And I got 2 of those, and they're supposed to bloom spring, again in the summer, and again in the fall. They're not real healthy right now, but they are starting to bloom, so at least they're still alive, and I'm working on that. In 2024, last year this time, I had an old greenhouse that I had pictured on the front, and I decided to take it out because it was all beat up, and I duct taped things together and everything. So I took it out, and I decided to get a really nice greenhouse built in memory of my husband, because he loved the working in the yard and planting flowers, and he loved that little greenhouse we had. So it was built in April in memory of Roy, my husband. And I don't have pictures in this book, but I will put pictures of my current greenhouse before and after this video. So if you watch it all the way through, you can see pictures. It's beautiful. I also had a walkway put in from the driveway to the greenhouse that's stone trimmed in these natural looking brick things and some plants planted along there. And I named my greenhouse the Sunshine Sanctuary because it is like a sanctuary to me. I had a crepe myrtle that looked like it died last year from the freezes, and I had that cut back, and it is starting to grow back now, so I think it's going to make it, but it's going to be short. The flowers that were planted on the greenhouse walkway, I wanted to make a record of the names of those. I have a royal raspberry anise hyssop. They bloom midsummer to early fall. I have salvia, and they're also blue. I have allium, it's purple, so everything on that walkway is purple or blue. I had a little lime panicle hydrangea, limelight dwarf planted on one side of the door of the greenhouse, and on the other side a firelight tidbit panicle hydrangea. So, and I've written down when they should be pruned and about how big they get and that kind of stuff, so I have a record of all that. I love my little garden girl here. Over here, I just recorded where I added some perennials in my I call it my secret garden. I have sun garden written down here for some reason. Oh, it's the sunny part of my secret garden, which is kind of behind a wall at the end of my driveway. I planted asters. I don't believe they're going to come back this year, but I tried anyway. And I've planted autumn fire sedum, which they are coming back. Oh, this is funny. I don't have any heat in the greenhouse, so I decided to look up ways that I could heat the greenhouse naturally. And so I ended up getting black tubs to put water in, and the theory was that the sunlight would absorb through the black and heat the water, and then the water would heat the greenhouse at nighttime. Another thing I did was take my clay pots and invert them over another pot and light candle inside at night, and the clay pot gets really hot and generates heat. And I did that for a few nights, and of course I could measure the temperature, and our temperatures got down to 0 and all, and it just didn't work. So that was a fail. I tried it, my plants all died, and I'll lug those pots back out and plant new things in them this year. Now this is current, what I've done so far. I had the landscapers come and put clean up my gardens and put black mulch down, which I haven't had done in so many years, and it just looks beautiful. I had to cut down the old crabapple tree, so I bought a new one and had it encircled with the rocks and the stone to match the walkway. It's a kind of a hot pink crabapple tree. I gave a donation to the Arbor Day Foundation, and when you do that, they'll send you 10 trees. So they sent me actually 12 trees. They sent eastern redbuds, crabapples, Washington hawthorn, white flowering dogwoods, and crepe myrtles. All these are flowering trees, and they're just little tiny sticks, but I have all those potted up now and put in the greenhouse to start to grow, and it'll take a couple years before I can put them in the ground. I saved my caladium bulbs from last year. I looked up on YouTube how to do that, and so I have planted those back out, and hopefully they will come up. I probably will go ahead and buy some caladiums because I always have them, but if these come up, I can plant those around in the shade. I scattered I had my wildflower garden was just nothing but taken over by weeds, and it was just too much for me to try to clean it out. So I had the landscaper clean that all out, put in fresh dirt, and I scattered wildflower mix, zinnias, poppy seeds in that garden. And I've also put some sunflowers in there. And hopefully that'll be pretty this year. I had saved the seeds from the allium that they come up and have a round kind of flower thing on the end. I saved those seeds and planted them in 3 pots to see if they'll come up this year. I planted some zinnia seeds in pots, and they've already germinated. They're about 1 inch tall. I gathered Rose of Sharon seeds last year and saved them and planted those to see if I can get some new Rose of Sharon blooming. And I've got an exciting thing happening this year. They're calling this the Gardens of Henderson exhibit. And the idea is that on this one weekend in May, well, there's 3 different weekends, but on the 17th, they're going to, the Garden Club and this group of artists are going to have a show of my gardens. And the artists will be painting plein air, I think it's said, out in the yard. They'll pick a scene and they will paint while the people are there looking at the gardens. And then they will finish up their paintings afterwards, and there will be an actual art show showing all the gardens of Henderson in the Art League's gallery. So that's kind of exciting, and I've done a couple of extra things really just to try to clean up things for that. So that's coming up, and I'm going to glue this right in here and let it flip out so that I have a record of the papers that they sent me. And I think I just have this one other thing. I planted the 72 seeds in a starter tray, 12 each of 6 varieties. I can only recall 4 of them right now, but I planted alyssum, zinnia, phlox, and coleus, and a couple of other things. I'll have to go out there and look. I have the little tags I put in there. And this morning I planted in 17 little pots about this big, the multi-head sunflowers, and the idea is to let those come up, and then the people who come to look at the gardens, they can take one home with them if they want to. This has got plenty more room for me to write, and it's kind of fun to be able to look up something, record something, because you forget what you've done after you've done it. And back here in the back, these pockets, I have kept, there are tags in there, which I can write on, but I have kept various things so I can remember. That's my knockout roses, so I can remember what I've planted and see all the details. I think this side I have the my little scarecrow. Let's see. Oh, this is what's planted on my walkway. This is the royal raspberry. It's right at the end, right at the beginning. The little lime hydrangea is on one side of the walkway, or the doorway, and the firelight tidbit is on the other side of the doorway to the greenhouse. So I just kind of saved these so I could have those to see the pictures and everything. So that's what I did with my garden book. You may want to make one for yourself. I used this journal that someone gave me, but you could take the papers in the kit and actually make one of the journals like I usually make, using the papers, all the papers in the kit for the pages. I hope you enjoyed watching this, and I will include some pictures in the video at the beginning and the end of the new greenhouse, the walkway, and some of the things we talked about, and a couple of really pretty scenes from last year. This year, nothing's blooming yet, but it's all starting to come back up and show some life, so I'm excited to see what's going to happen. I promise I'll be back to work on my patchwork of life. I did an introduction to that. I have everything all ready just to start making that journal. But with the gardening and Easter coming up and having been sick, I just haven't gotten to it yet. But everything is ready to go, so it won't be long. And I'll do it by sections, so it'll be a series of videos to complete that. So I hope you have a good day, and remember, every day's a gift. Always look for the joy in each day and share it with those you meet along the way. Remember never to compare yourself with anyone else, because like flowers, all the flowers are different. They all bloom and grow at different times, and we are all different. And we just need to reach out and love each other all along the way. There are a lot of things from the garden that you can learn to apply to life. And that's one of the greatest things about gardening, is that it brings you closer to God, to creation, gratitude for all the beauty and those kinds of things. So gardening is a very positive thing, and to learn about the flowers and how they grow and what you can do to make them grow better can be translated into the kinds of things that you would do for people that you love, and help them to grow and flourish too. So I'll be back before you know it. I hope you have a good day. I'll see you soon.